Okay, today we're going to create a little splash when the projectile hits, and to do that we're going to create an empty game object. We're going to call this projectile splash. Okay, now inside of this we are going to, let's just do this from here on out. We're going to set the X, Y, and Z coordinates to 0, 0, 0, okay? And then we will right click here and we're going to add an effect. We're going to put a particle system in here. Okay, and you can play with these settings. Okay, you can make the size a lot smaller if you want. Okay, little splash like that. You could, play around with this stuff. You could make the speed like really fast so they shoot out. Okay, and so we have projectile splash. Okay, now we're gonna what we're gonna do is add a new script on here, and I'm gonna add a script that we can use over and over, because I have a feeling we're going to want to destroy our object. I'm going to call this destroy. I'm going to say destroy me. Okay, destroy me. How about this? Destroy this. Destroy this. Okay, and then I hit enter. It's going to create a new code called destroy this. And because I think, having thought about this, we might use this script on several different objects. Okay, so now that we've created this, hold on, it says, we're going to double click and we are going to write code in here that gets rid of this. Now look, projectile script has this. We already wrote this before. We use this code right here. And so I'm going to copy this. Okay, let's say copy. And you can see destroy, and we're going to go into this destroy this code, and we're going to put a couple spaces here, paste it. Now, this hasn't been called yet, so we're going to call it right at the start. Okay, so as soon as this projectile splash comes into existence, it's going to say destroy object delayed, and right now it's going to get destroyed after 1 second. Okay, I'm going to set a variable, a public variable, public float, and we're going to set this to public float equals, and we could set it at whatever we want. Let's just set it at 1 for now. And by making it public, it will, I need to put a name here. Public float, sorry, let me redo this. Public float time to destroy, and equals, we'll just set it at 1 for now. Okay, now, so when we come back here and we look at our particle splash object here, you're going to see that the code was attached to it, right? And then it's going to have this time to destroy here. And now you can change this. So if we use this code over and over on other objects, we can change the time. Okay, so now let's just hit let's just hit play and see after 1 second that thing does in fact disappear. It did. It got destroyed. Okay, so now let's do this. Let's drag our projectile splash into the prefabs folder. Okay, so now we have a prefab of it. We're going to remove it now here from the hierarchy. And in our projectile script, we need to instantiate that. So when it hits something, that thing pops up. Okay, so let's go and open our projectile script. And so let's borrow the spaceship script here for a second. We have this instantiate code, right? So we're going to need these 2 lines here. We're going to copy this, and what this does is when it collides with something, we're going to add this splash. We're going to put it right here. Control V. We're going to paste. So the vector 3, it is the position of the. We're going to set this right here, X, Y, and Z. And we're going to instantiate, we need to create a public game object up here. Okay. And we're going to call this splash. Sorry, the phone's ringing. Okay. Public game object splash. Okay. And now we're going to say we need to instantiate this thing called splash, and we're going to put it right where this position, the position of our projectile, And one thing, we need to re-put this up here. Okay, so now let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. It should pull the, well, we're gonna need to make sure that we put this splash object in our code on the projectile. So we go here to prefabs, projectile, and you'll see this splash, there's none there. We drag the projectile splash into there. So now let's see what happens when we hit an object. Okay, there's the splash. It's splashing when we hit the enemy. So that's good. Okay, so go ahead and have fun shooting your splash and have fun.